Wrocław, Poland. A city that might not be on everyone's travel radar, but it certainly should be. It's a city that surprised me in the most delightful ways. When I first visited, I stumbled over the pronunciation, Wrocław. It's a name that can trip up even the most seasoned travelers. It's tougher than it looks, but don't let that deter you. Once I got past the name, I discovered a place full of charm, history, and something truly unique: dwarfs. Yes, you heard that right, dwarfs. These aren't your fairy tale dwarfs. They're tiny bronze statues scattered throughout the city. Scattered throughout Wrocław, you'll find hundreds of these tiny bronze statues, each with its own personality and story. There's a dwarf reading a book by the university, a nod to the city's academic spirit, a chef dwarf outside a restaurant, inviting you to taste the local cuisine, even a dwarf chained to a lamppost, adding a touch of whimsy to your stroll. They're whimsical and fun, but as I learned, there's a deeper meaning behind these little fellas. They represent the city's resilience and spirit, a tribute to the Orange Alternative movement that used humor and absurdity to protest against the communist regime in the 1980s. Wrocław has a past as rich and layered as its delicious pierogies, filled with history. Over the centuries, it's been part of the Polish, Bohemian, Habsburg, and German empires. After World War II, it became part of Poland, with a population shift that brought new residents and a new chapter in its story. The city has seen its share of hardship, especially during the war and the subsequent communist era. But through it all, the people of Wrocław held on to their resilient spirit. And that's where the famous dwarfs come in. In the 1980s, Poland was under communist rule. Dissent was dangerous, but the people yearned for freedom. A group of artists and activists, calling themselves the Orange Alternative, found a clever way to protest absurdity. They started painting dwarfs on walls where anti-communist graffiti had been painted over by the authorities. It was a way to mock the regime, to make a statement without resorting to violence. The authorities were baffled. How do you arrest someone for painting a dwarf? The dwarfs caught on, becoming an integral part of Wrocław's identity. Soon, they weren't just on walls but in sculptures all over the city. These tiny figures began to appear in the most unexpected places, delighting both locals and tourists alike. Each dwarf tells a story, often connected to a local legend or a historical event. They serve as a playful yet poignant reminder of the city's rich history and cultural heritage. There's the Papa Dwarf, the first official dwarf statue, honoring the Orange Alternative. This movement used humor and absurdity to protest against the oppressive regime, and the Papa Dwarf stands as a testament to their courage. Then there's the Sisyphus Dwarf, pushing a giant ball, a reminder of the struggles of the past. This statue symbolizes the never-ending effort and perseverance of the people. And the Prisoner Dwarf peering out from behind bars, a symbol of those who fought for freedom. This figure represents the countless individuals who were imprisoned for their beliefs and their fight for liberty. Each dwarf is a small reminder of the city's resilience and its ability to find hope, even in dark times. These statues are not just decorations, they are storytellers, each with a unique tale that adds to the vibrant tapestry of Wrocław's history. Today, the dwarfs are more than just a reminder of the past. They're a symbol of Wrocław itself. These tiny figures, scattered throughout the city, have become an integral part of its cultural fabric. Tourists love to hunt for them, and locals have embraced them as part of their city's identity. It's almost like a treasure hunt, with each dwarf telling its own unique story. They're a testament to the power of art, humor, and peaceful resistance. Each statue, with its whimsical design, serves as a reminder of the city's resilience and creativity. Wrocław taught me that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact. These little statues have a way of capturing your heart and making you smile. These little dwarfs, with their mischievous grins and quirky poses, represent the spirit of a city that refused to be broken. They stand as silent yet powerful symbols of hope and defiance. They're a reminder that even in the face of adversity, a little creativity and a lot of heart can go a long way. These statues are not just art, they are a message of endurance and optimism. So next time you're looking for a travel destination that's both charming and thought-provoking, consider Wrocław. It's a city where history and modernity blend seamlessly, offering a unique experience. Just be careful when you pronounce the name. It's Wrocław, and trust me, getting it right is part of the fun.